Okay, the last time I showed you a video of my system, I only had 2 of the 275-gallon totes. I ordered another one. Well, what happened is that they sent me a 300-gallon tote. Kind of upset the system a little bit because it's a little bit bigger. And because of that, it was causing my other 2 floats, which are smaller, to overflow. So lesson learned from this one: if you're going to get totes, make sure they're all the right size together. So because this one was bigger, I installed a drain line. You'll see right there. In this tote, I also installed the drain line there. It's covered up with some screening. You can see the other drain line there. And what that did is that it prevented the totes from overflowing, because since the height of the 300-gallon one is bigger than the other 2, if the level in the 300-gallon tote kept going up, it would cause the other 2 to overflow. So if I come out here in the patio, and you'll see there is the overflow from the 300-gallon tote, and you might see right there is the overflow to one of the 275-gallon totes. And later on I'll show you what they look like from outside. Now I was developing a problem in the system. I was not getting enough cleaning out of the tanks. The tanks were getting really dirty. Fish were coming gasping for air. So I found out that that liner that you're looking at right here was getting filled up with a fish crap, and the height of the water in the tanks was not sufficient to gravity pump the water up this pipe into my filter. So what I had to end up doing is putting up a drain line, which you see. I had to cut a portion of the drain piping there, make a T, and then I piped it out of my tanks to this portion over here. Now what happened is that doing this, I was able to get a very good cleaning from the bottom of the tanks on all 3 tanks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the camera over to my son, but first I'm going to have him shut off the pumps, and he's just, by doing that, he's just going to unplug it. And because when I do the cleaning, I don't want any water to come in. The second thing I also did, when the fish got bigger, I noticed they were gulping for air more. So I ended up getting a little pond pump and just throttling the discharges of it. Just give it a little air. It made them happy on that. So what I'm going to do is, you see he turned off the pumps. I'm going to have my son close the discharges of all 3 tanks. And we're going to clean the tanks one at a time. And I'll show you how that works. And I'm going to hand over the camera to my son. And so he's going to follow me on it. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do just like a cleaning here. And we're going to discharge the first tank into the bottom of the, from the bottom of the tank into the bucket. Now, I opened that one up, but you see there's no flow here yet. Now you want to do 1 tank at a time, that way you don't backwash any of the water come out of one tank into the other one. So this is what it really looks like, and it really does a good job. So I'm going to slowly open this up. Now, see that? And that's all the stuff that's coming from the bottom of the tank that doesn't get out of that tank. The poisons and the ammonia and all this stuff builds up. So I just opened that up. Now you see how the water is a little better, much clearer than before. Then I turn this off, and I will take this bucket. I'll come over to my peach tree. my peach tree over here. Come over to my little mango tree over here. There's some on my mango tree over here. Now I'll come back here. Then, after I'm done with this tank, I close the discharge valve. Now I'm going to flush this one. And you always want to start with the tank closest to the discharge here. Now, there we're going to do it again. We're going to throttle it open. See how it's very clear in the beginning? Now it gets dirty. We're flushing all the stuff in the bottom of the tank. Now it's clear. And I usually do this twice a week. Just do a bottom flush of it, and then I'll show you later how we do a full draining of it. I got this. Got a little line clamp. Again some. And I got my starfruit plant. Give a little starfruit plant some. Close this one. Open the third one. And do the same thing one more time. See, it's initially clear. Then we'll get the water from the tank. Here it is. I got a lot of small fish in that thing, so that's why it's really dirty. Now you'll see it's starting to get clearer. There you go. And all this is like liquid fertilizer for the plants. They love this stuff. It's like great. So, yeah, I'm going to pour some over here. Tree here, okay. And there's a little mango tree over here. Now when I do a flush on the tanks or a water change on the tanks, what this is all of this is 50 feet of pool backwash hose. It's really cheap. You get a roll of it for like 15 bucks. I made this little connection here. I'll put it in there. I'll just take this out. I'll run it out to the trees. Then I'll do a water change on each tank one at a time. And the water is like I said, liquid fertilizer for the plants. So these are the upgrades I did on the tanks. And I hope you learned from it. Thank you.